That ache in your knee on the stairs. The click when you stand up. The one that made you start taking the elevator. Your knee wants you to know something. It didn't do this. Everything you've thrown at that knee, the brace, the ice, the rest, the supplements, hasn't worked. And it was never going to. Because you've been repairing the one part of the machine that's actually doing its job. Stand up and try something. Feet planted. Now make your right knee point at the wall beside you, without moving your foot and without moving your hip. Go on. You can't. Your knee cannot turn on its own. Remember that. It's the whole case. A knee is a hinge. Look at any door in your house. A hinge moves in one plane, open, closed. That's the entire job description. And a hinge is one of the most reliable machines humans have ever built, as long as it only moves in its one plane. Your knee is the same. Bend, straighten. It has no steering wheel. It points wherever the joints above and below aim it. So here's the first clue. A hinge doesn't fail by hinging. Open and close a door a million times. The hinge shrugs. A hinge fails one way, by being twisted. And we just proved your knee can't twist itself. So what's twisting it? One floor up from your knee lives your hip. And your hip is not a hinge, it's a ball bearing, a ball in a socket, moving in every direction. Forward, back, out, in, and the one everyone forgets, rotation. Your hip is the steering wheel of your entire leg. Every step you take, that bearing rotates, absorbs, and aims the hinge below it. Now, what does a ball bearing need to stay a ball bearing? Movement, all of it, through the full range, regularly. A bearing that gets used through a sliver of its range does what every neglected bearing in every machine on Earth does. It seizes. Not all at once, quietly. A healthy hip rotates inward around 40 degrees. Sit through enough desk years and many of us are working with less than half of that and never feel it happen. Because here's the law every machine obeys. Load doesn't disappear, it transfers. When a bearing won't rotate, the rotation still has to happen. Your foot is planted on the ground and your body is moving over it. Something must give those degrees. And the nearest volunteer is the next joint down the chain, the hinge. Every step of walking sends roughly 2 to 3 times your body weight through that leg. Thousands of steps a day. When the bearing above won't steer, every one of those steps twists the hinge a few degrees in a plane it was never built to move in. A few degrees, times 8,000 steps, times 10 years. That click on the stairs isn't age. It's a hinge that's been worked sideways. Your knee isn't weak, it's overworked. It's been doing its own job and the hip's job, and it's the only one of the two that knows how to complain. Which answers the question you should be asking. If the hip is the problem, why does the knee hurt and the hip feel fine? Because bearings seize silently. Hinges squeak. In machines and in bodies, the part making the noise is almost never the part that broke. So here's the repair. You don't fix a twisted hinge by oiling the hinge. You free the bearing. 3 moves. About 2 minutes. No equipment. Move 1. The chair pigeon. 1 minute. Sitting tall, place your right ankle on your left knee. Now hinge your chest forward, slowly, until you feel it deep in the side of your hip. Not the knee, the hip. 30 seconds each side. You're not stretching for length. You're reminding the bearing that its range still exists. Move 2. The standing steer. 30 seconds. Feet planted, hands on the desk, knees soft. Now rotate your hips slowly left, then right, like turning a heavy steering wheel, and let the ball roll in its socket. 10 slow turns each way. Rotation with the foot planted, the exact motion your steps have been missing. Move 3. The step back lunge. 30 seconds. Step 1 foot back, drop into a short lunge, chest tall, then drive through the front heel to stand. 5 each side. This one puts hip and knee back on the same payroll. The bearing steers, the hinge swings, and the load finally splits the way the blueprint intended. Once a day, and any day the stairs talk back. Give it 2 weeks. The click gets quieter. Not because the knee healed, because it finally got to go back to doing its one job. So take the brace off the innocent part. Stop icing the hinge. Free the bearing. Steer from the hip. And let the hinge just hinge. Subscribe to The Body Mechanic. Next, we clamp your hamstrings onto the lift, And I'll show you why 10 years of stretching them has changed absolutely nothing. They're not tight, they're terrified. And drop a comment below. Which knee complains on the stairs? Left, right, or both? I read every one, and the comments decide what goes on the lift after that.